Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Monday, October 10th. I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Hey, please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse when you get to Spotify, and you can follow me there as well. And of course, if you'd like to connect to me personally, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, my text message information, and if you wanted to, you could even make an appointment with me to talk to me. That's contactlarry.com. All right, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button and hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook, and you can find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify, so please go there and subscribe as well. And of course, you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. By the way, if you haven't joined the Money Chat Now fan page on Facebook, please do that and make sure you can always see the show. You know, Facebook just love to put me in Facebook jail. But if you like the Money Chat Now fan page or the Money Chat Now page, you can still view the show when I'm in Facebook jail because I won't be able to transmit on my own page, but I'll be able to transmit there. So please go to the Money Chat Now page, like it, and watch it there as well. And you can also get notifications of the show as well. All right, on today's show, real quick, before I go to today's show, I just want to say hello to a whole bunch of people that I see joining us. Real quick, it looks like we've got my wife, Linda. Love you, Linda. We got Charles joining us, and James, and Bill, and Michael. It looks like we got the other James joining us from YouTube. We got Tom joining us, Jose joining us from YouTube, and, of course, Deb. All right, guys. Hey, where's Ken the Democrat? What's going on here? And we also have Tommy saying hi to all the cool kids. Where's Ken the Democrat? We had Rich the Democrat on the show on Saturday. All right. Let's talk about what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the market recap, Biden's Armageddon, GM Electrics, and Hunter Biden. Ooh, I got a surprise one in there for you. Money Chat Now, by the way, is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. Hey, I want to thank the following people for sharing the page. Hey, I saw Art shared it, and Betsy shares it all the time. Thank you, Betsy. Mitchell, Mark, Mike, Ken shared it as well. Barbara, thank you so much. Please click the share button under the video and share it with your timeline, on your own timeline, or in groups you may feel would benefit from it. I totally appreciate it. All right. Last week was a definite disappointment. On Monday and Tuesday, the Dow rose over 1,500 points and literally sucked in the bulls. Everyone thought, hey, we have a chance here. But then we had Thursday and Friday, and the Dow gave up almost all of it. We finished the week in the green, but barely. Friday was awful when the unemployment report came in, and great. Yep. Wall Street is crazy. It's crazy. When a report shows how great the economy is doing, it crashes the market. But here's why. Because people are still getting jobs and they're still employed. The fear of continued inflation is still there. Continued inflation means that the Federal Reserve will once again be raising interest rates. Raising interest rates means that the stock market will drop because people will be able to get more money in their bonds than they would in stocks with no risk. They sell their stocks to buy bonds, and the market continues to cycle downward. So the unemployment report really stinks when it shows Americans are working. Oh, boy. We do have earnings coming up next week, and the banks are first. With the inflation issue and elections coming up, it's possible this could be a terrible earnings season. We all know that after earnings, the market starts to settle down. Unfortunately, it has not started to rise enough to settle down into a comfortable place. So this earnings season could actually be the trigger to the recession expected. The economy does not move. It doesn't move overnight, although sometimes it feels that way. Instead, the economy moves like a tanker. It's big, slow, and powerful, and gets to its location on time. If this earnings season is the trigger of the real recession we're expecting, then it will be the February-March range of next year that the real pain will start. Get used to it because it's going to last about 7 years, which is the typical cycle for these things. Even the Bible talks about 7 years of feast followed by 7 years of famine. The cycle has been happening since then or maybe before. On deck this Wednesday, we have the next CPI report. The report needs to show inflation is slow. It needs to show that inflation is slowing and the Fed has to take notice. We can't have another 75 basis increase at the end of the month. We need a 50-point basis increase and then 25 to finish off the year for us to just get normal again. The aggressiveness of the Fed is now ridiculous. They slept through the past 8 years, and now they think they can make it up in a half a year. So look for the report on Wednesday and position yourself for earnings season. There are a few good plays left, by the way. For those who thought the market would be closed today because it's Columbus Day, or those idiots who want to cancel culture, now calling it Indigenous Peoples Day, the market is now open and ready for you to place your bets at 9:30. By the way, Indigenous People Day? Seriously? Maybe we should call it Big Word Idiot College Day. After all, that is the true meaning of changing it to Indigenous Peoples Day. I mean, seriously, if you're going to use a word that means originating or occurring naturally in a particular place, yes, that's the meaning of indigenous, by the way. Let me repeat that. Originating or occurring naturally in a particular place. So if that's the meaning, shouldn't we call it Caveman Day? Or maybe Trees and Natural Vegetation Day? After all, those are the truly indigenous things. This country's doomed. All right, let's get back to the market. Let's look at the futures. Right now, the Dow is, looks like it's only down about 5 points right now, which is not bad because it was pretty bad a little while ago. The S&P also barely moving, and also the NASDAQ right around 15 now, down. So we may actually have a good day. All right, real quick, I want to say hello to a couple of people who've joined us since. It looks like we got Mark and James and my brother Seth and Peter and Dave. Thanks, guys. I totally appreciate you guys. Hey, everybody, hit that share button now. I know, Peter, you like to share it as well, so please share it. Please share it. Seth, also share it on your page if you would. And Mark and Tommy, can you guys share it on your pages? I really appreciate you guys sharing it and let everybody know how much fun they can have by watching this show. All right, let's get into the next topic. You guys remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? It was considered one of the scariest events of the Cold War. The 13-day showdown brought the world's two superpowers, Russia and the United States, to the brink of nuclear war. In the fall of 1962, the United States demanded that the Soviets halt construction of newly discovered missile bases in communist Cuba. These bases were just 90 miles from the U.S. shores, and they were feared that these missiles could reach the United States. What followed was an intense standoff played out almost exclusively at the highest levels. The crisis was averted when President Kennedy, the last American Democrat, most of them are now communist, he negotiated skillfully with the president of Russia, Nikita Khrushchev. I wasn't even born until a year later. However, some of the movies and documentaries I've seen about this were pretty intense. So intense that the people of the United States were actually worried about nuclear war happening in their backyard every day when they woke up. Like I said, cooler heads prevailed and the tension died down. Well, now we have Biden comparing the war in Ukraine to being the biggest nuclear threat since the Cuban Missile Crisis. Is he right, or is his delusions growing even bigger? So far, Russian President Putin has not said he was going to use nuclear weapons, but he didn't say he wasn't going to use nuclear weapons. Putin did say that he would defend his country with all means necessary. As the fear-mongering Democrats always do, they propagate the fear and lies of the worst-case scenario to instill fear and control over American people. So what does Biden do? He makes the following statements. Armageddon is on the highest level since 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. Armageddon? Really? By the way, the definition of Armageddon, according to Webster's, is the place where the last battle between good and evil will be fought. Oh boy. Here's what the biblical scholars believe Armageddon would look like. They believe that after all other religions have been destroyed, the governments of the world will begin persecuting witnesses, and God will then intervene, precipitating Armageddon. You know, the end of the world as we know it. There are so many things wrong with his statement that I just want to press into some of the highlights. Even if he simply means the threat of nuclear war is at its highest since Cuban Missile Crisis, it's not the same thing when you have missiles pointed at Florida versus missiles pointed at barren areas of Ukraine. The actual quote from Biden was this: "We have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis." He suggested the threat from Putin is real because his military is, you might say, significantly underperforming. I guess we need a new reason to all be masked up for the next few years, or the next fear-created crisis, like the scamdemic over the past 3 years. Don't forget to get your radiation poisoning vaccine, but don't worry, your death from the radiation poison won't be as bad if you have the vaccine. The radiation poison vaccine will only have mild symptoms, like, your genitals probably will fall off. You'll have to pee out of your ears, but it probably won't be all urine. And your hair, well, put it this way, wig manufacturers are gearing up for the Biden Armageddon prevention. Oh, and those liaisons on your skin most likely will be in places that you can't see as long as you're wearing long sleeves, long pants, a hat, and a face mask. Oh, and of course, if you hear the warnings alarm for a nuclear attack and you need to go to a fallout shelter, don't forget to bring your mask in case you're in contact with what used to be a normal human because they didn't take the COVID vaccine or the nuclear fallout vaccine. No, Biden, we aren't on the brink of Armageddon, at least not from Putin. According to scholars that believe that after all other religions have been destroyed, the governments of the world will be persecuting witnesses and God will then intervene, precipitating Armageddon, you and the rest of the Democrats will be the cause of Armageddon. So Biden is correct. We're on the brink of Armageddon, but he won't admit that he and Soros are the reason for it. Look, I'm going to go take a break here and drink some tea before my lower lip falls off from the vaccine. All right, I'll see you guys in.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock option sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify. Like and subscribe there as well. And of course, if you'd like to connect to me, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. And there you'll find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information. That's contactlarry.com. All right, a couple of people have joined us. It looks like Ken the Democrat has joined us, and he's all upset because, I talk about the vaccine. I don't know why he's upset, but he's a weirdo. All right, we also have, of course, the blue pill. For those guys who don't understand what I mean by that, Johnson Aid, which obviously is a fake name, but that's the blue pill. Think about that. He didn't get it either. All right, and then also James says from YouTube, he's watching YouTube, he says, pee out of my ears. I think that was a TikTok video I saw recently. Oh, boy. All right. So far, we've been discussing the recap. Right now, the Dow is down 25. The S&P is down 8, and the NASDAQ is down 26. We also talked about Biden's Armageddon, and he's going to destroy the world. No, maybe not. All right, coming up, we have GM Electrics, and we also have Hunter Biden. You guys definitely want to get into a Hunter Biden story. You'll find that interesting. And, of course, today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button yet? Come on, everybody, hit that share button. Leave me comments to say hi if you haven't already. So if you're watching for the first time, please leave a comment because it's the only way I know you're watching. Please share and like as well. And don't forget to order my new book. My new book is called Money Hacks, and if you ordered it, please leave a review on Amazon. I totally appreciate you guys reading it, leaving me some great reviews on Facebook, but also leave those reviews on Amazon and also Barnes & Noble or wherever it is you bought that book. All right, let's get into GM. You remember when GM went bankrupt and screwed all the bondholders and stockholders? Yep, most of you either never knew this or forgot about it because it was made to happen in silence. Well, this all happened in 2009, when Obama, right? He was president and took down most of the automobile companies. His plan was to have the government own GM, Well, at least for a little while. To make a long story short, things worked out in the auto industry and got a little bit better, and GM was back on its feet. But, it's not the same company, whether you guys know it or not. So nothing comes without strings, and I kind of feel that the strings in GM are now being pulled after reading an article about the future of GM. So it turns out that during the past 6 years, General Motors CEO Mary Barra has been pushing the company towards a total transition from gas vehicles to electric. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? I wonder who's pulling those strings. Anyway, Ford is making electric vehicles, but why is Ford leaving the Mustang as a gas-powered 8-cylinder? Does Ford know what we all know, that electric is too limited? Well, GM wants all cars in their line to be the only electric now. Is this working for GM? Their plan is to sell up to 175,000 electric vehicles to Hertz globally by 2027. They believe rentals are the key method to introduce more people to EVs without having to commit to a purchase. So first of all, I got to tell you something about renting cars. Who's going to rent an EV? Who's going to rent an electric vehicle? And then they're not even going to know how to charge it unless they already have one. Plus, how are the Hertz, the rent-a-car companies, going to screw you on the gas when you return it with a half-empty tank? So clearly, it's not going to be the same thing. And also, by the way, the company also had to close reservations for its high-end electric Hummer after receiving 90,000 people who ordered the Hummer. If you remember, Hertz already placed an order for 100,000 Teslas earlier this year. I'm not sure if the statement above from GM means that GM was planning to sell it, or if Hertz has ordered them already. I don't think so. Anyway, quick side note: Hertz was the only company, was an awesome company, played 2 years ago when it filed for bankruptcy due to the scamdemic. They recovered nicely. Anyway, back to GM. GM is betting the farm on all electric vehicles. Don't forget that Governor Newsom in California declared to his peasants that gas-powered vehicles will no longer be sold in California after 2035. What an idiot he is. Anyway, GM is pushing this pretty strong. I'm wondering if the Corvette will become an electric car in the future. Now we're going to have all these electric cars, and I'm going to tell you right now, the best part about this is that the gas lines and gas prices will fall in the future for smart people like you and I who have gas-powered vehicles. The other bonus is having a gas-powered vehicle is that we will be out of gas, or we will be in and out of the gas station in less than 10 minutes. Hey, I have a great idea for a business. Let's create a company that will pick up the people waiting to have their electric car being charged at Wawa and take them to places, like a place to eat or rest while they charge their cars for 5 hours. We can call the service something like Uber Idiots. Well, I'll have my collection of gas-powered cars from all the others have their non-working electric cars. By the way, did you see the articles of Teslas catching fire in Florida from the hurricane? Did you know that lithium used in electric cars batteries, catches fire and even explodes when it gets combined with water? Oh my goodness. So now we must have fire departments using fire extinguishing material that's not water. Water will just make the car burn longer. Whatever happened to simplicity? I think I know. It all disappeared when people wanted to stop touching the faucets and bathroom sinks. Just like that. When you need to have water to clean your hands to prevent the spread of germs, we have a motion sensor that you have to be a karate ninja in to get the water out. Technology and Democrats will be the end of this world. Look for more electric cars humming down your street. Oh, and look for more brownouts and more unextinguishable fires to follow as well. All right, let's get into Hunter Biden. Hey, did you hear about the big raid? The raid on the guy who had 100 pieces of evidence, or had hundreds of pieces of evidence that he was a criminal and that his father was a criminal as well. The father with the nickname, the big guy. Did you hear about it? Did you hear about the arrest on this? Or the arrest, prosecution, or impeachment of a president for, quid pro quo to keep his kid out of jail? Did you? Come on, did you hear about it? Yeah, neither did I. Well, since the Republicans are not in charge, and because the FBI clearly works for the liberals and their woke agenda, it's going to be tough to arrest and prosecute the little whiny brat Hunter Biden, but it looks like some inroads are being made. Look, we do know that the laptop contains emails that questionably involved the Ukraines. And we also know that pornography was found on it, and some claim child pornography was also found on it. Incriminating pictures of Hunter doing drugs are also the issue, and we may have some movement on the investigation, and maybe, just maybe, some truth will emerge from an investigation. More than 30 state Republicans asked Attorney General Merrick Garland to give the federal prosecutor who has been investigating Hunter Biden special counsel protections and authorities. The argument is that giving U.S. Attorney Delaware David Weiss, which is a special counsel authority, would also provide additional assurances to the American people that Hunter Biden investigation would be free from political influence. Hunter Biden has admitted that he is under investigation for his financial records. However, that has been since 2020. The special investigation will determine if Hunter should be prosecuted, but the concept of a special counsel will also make it so that the results of the investigation, Hunter being so basically what happens one more time, it says if the results of the investigation, if Hunter is being prosecuted or not, will be publicly available. So those results will be publicly available. Currently, according to the Washington Post, federal agents believe that they have enough evidence to support charging Hunter Biden with tax crimes and making false statements in connection with the purchase of a gun. It is now up to U.S. Attorney for Delaware David Weiss, who was appointed by Trump, to decide whether to prosecute Hunter on these charges. Something tells me Hunter's in a little bit of trouble, so do you think it'll be the bomb dropped right before the midterm elections? Yeah. By the way, just so you know, the gun charge that will be placed on Hunter stems from Hunter's purchase of a handgun in October 2018, which required him to fill out federal forms that asked whether he was a user of addicted to narcotics. Hunter answered no to that question, despite being a user of crack cocaine at the time, according to a book that he wrote. So his own book may be the damning evidence. Frankly, I doubt it, but I look forward to seeing how the law of politics follows this case. Either way, let's all finish this segment by closing out with the statement, "Let's go, Brandon." Hey, repeat after me, everybody. Let's go, Brandon. We'll see you guys in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on BarnesandNoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to BarnesandNoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Hey, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. By the way, would you like to be a sponsor of the show? Your name and product will be delivered to hundreds of loyal listeners and watchers of the show. Come on, be a sponsor. As you know, we're expanding our base every day. Look, we got new people. We got another Johnson, the bigger Johnson. I mean, seriously, you guys, can you even make up better names than that? Is that for real? Anyway, I guess this is one of those fake users that Elon Musk talked about. Anyway, we're expanding our show, and if you'd like to be a sponsor, just reach out on Messenger or contact me at contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. By the way, we also have a Spotify channel. That's right, you can subscribe to the channel and listen to all the reports. They're broken out for your enjoyment, so if you want to take that last one out and listen to it, for your friends, you can do that as well. Look up Money Chat Now on Spotify and subscribe. All right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the market recap, Biden's Armageddon, GM's Electrics, Hunter Biden. And coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit the share button? Come on, hit that share button. Let all your friends know about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. Please share it on your page or in groups that you feel will also enjoy the show. Come on, you Johnsons. I was going to say something else. Yeah, I should actually. Go ahead. You Johnsons, share it on your page. All right, let's talk about today. Have I mentioned that I hate the stock market right now? Damn, it's so freaking frustrating. Here are my suggestions for winning right now. Wait for a big pop in the market and then buy puts. It's the only consistent pattern so far. Look for the S&P to hit 3,900 and then wham, it's going to crash again. As for stocks go, if it were normal times, I would like Meta and Apple, but these guys are killing me. I went to book a cruise the other day and I saw that they had only 2 balcony rooms left for a cruise to get in November. That to me makes me believe that the cruise industry is full steam ahead. So why do we keep getting smashed on cruise line stocks? I don't get it. Something has to give. I also noticed that the VIX also was in the 30s again. It's pretty high, and that's frightening. We need the midterms to be over and get Wall Street thinking about stocks again instead of inflation. All right, let's look at the futures one last time. Let's see what the futures may be signaling. And once again, we have the Dow is only down a little bit, about 16. The S&P down 7, and the Nasdaq is down 24. I'm not quite sure what the market's thinking right now. I think they're all just waiting to see what the next person is going to do. So at 9:30, we may see somebody does something and then everybody else does the same thing. Oh, look, one of the Johnsons actually shared it. Thank you so much. I totally appreciate you. I'm trying to figure out if these Johnsons are like they know each other or they're just messing with each other. All right. Finally, let's get into let's get into Bitcoin and crypto and see what crypto's doing right now. It looks like we've got crypto. Crypto's pretty much dropped a little bit, and Bitcoin's around 19,000. Ethereum is just about 1,300. Look, I'm telling you, get out of this. This is not going to end well. You know, it's about time it's over, and it's going to be over soon. Gold and silver. Gold is under 1,700, and I think at this price it's a buy. Under 1,700 is a buy. If it goes to 1,500, it's a super buy. Silver is also below 20 again, and that bothers me. I hate it when silver's below 20. It's so much better when I feel better that silver's above 20. It makes me feel like it'll stay there a little while. The Treasury bond is right around 3.88%. Look, at this point, I just want it to get to 4 already and just rip the Band-Aid off so it stays there at 4 or above, because it's just time already. Let's get there, let's move on, and let's make the stock market great again. All right, oil is about $92 a barrel, and it appears that Biden's plan to threaten the Saudis worked like his plan to keep his kid off drugs. The average gas price is now about $3.91, so it's it's moving back up. I think it'll be over $4 before the election for a couple of reasons. Obviously, there are people out there that want to get the Republicans in, and they want to remind everybody. All right, I want to thank you all for watching Money Chat Now. We are here live every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now, and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. I'm also the bearer of common sense. All right, don't forget you can contact me directly at contactlarry.com, and make it a profitable day.